Guerilla campaigns on. All deals are out. Psychological warfare against AKD works. Fears worsen among businessmen and investors. US issues travel advisory on Sri Lanka. Namal Singapal gets hoodwinked by a minister. Ranil answers Sajith. How are they with Ranil secretly? Sajith's claim over non-existent intelligence reports. Ranil stands firm this time. Emotional talks at Flower Road. National list open for all those who join SJB. Leach who joined with the tide rejected in Ratnapura.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Guerilla campaigns on. All deals are out. With just 2 days of campaigning left for the presidential polls, all manoeuvrings are now coming to an end. Up next is the day of judgment. Hopefully, the winner on the 21st and a peaceful celebration of the victory could bring good for all of us and the country. These days, the key contenders are playing with their trump cards. For Sajith, it is a claim that Ranil is now out of the contest as even Namal has beaten him to 4th place. A psychological warfare is on to create an NPP phobia in society as well. With that, Sajith gets promoted as the only formidable rival to AKD. Talk of a Ranil AKD deal is also making rounds. All these are intended at wooing the traditional UNP votes. Furthermore, Sajith is depicted as the candidate having the support of India. Anyway, the fear against the NPP seems to have gained some success. At the same time, Lakshman Fonseca is trying to get a few big shots from Ranil's camp to join Sajith on his campaign stage. It was rumoured that Jeevan Thondaman and Mahinda Amarawira, the latter who is also a distant relation to Lucky, were prepared to support him. But nothing of the sort has happened so far. Thondaman even organised a massive rally in Ranil's support in Nuwara Eliya on Sunday. Although Ranil took claims of a deal with AKD as a joke, the NPP candidate strongly reacted to the accusers. At the Satana talk show on Sarasa TV on Saturday, he challenged Sajith to name just one thing the NPP or himself personally received from Ranil. AKD said he has documents to prove how SJB MPs accepted bar permits from Ranil, which are the real deals. Also, after writing a letter to grant over 12 acres to Hantana estate to Kabir Hashim, who didn't cross over in the end, Ranil again sent a letter of cancellation. Those are the deals, AKD pointed out. Ranil took Kins Nelson to Uganda, another SJB MP to the US, and Ajith Manaparuma to Dubai at state expense. As opposition MPs, none of us received decentralised funds, but selected SJB MPs were given over ₹1 billion. Those are the deals, AKD revealed. In addition, he noted that SM Marikar met Ranil and requested car permits. AKD went on to say that he had spoken to other party leaders for the common good of the country only, and not for any personal gain. In the meantime, there is speculation that top entrepreneurs, investors as well as politicians are petrified the country will be on fire after the election, like during the Aragalaya days. The United States government has issued an updated Level 2 Exercise Increased Caution Travel Advisory for Sri Lanka ahead of the presidential polls. It warns American citizens to exercise increased caution in Sri Lanka due potential civil unrest and terrorism. It says demonstrations could occur before, during or after the election. This has worsened the fears. Ranil's camp is adding fuel to that fire. Rumours are making rounds that talks have taken place to count the second preference to prevent AKD from winning the election. Aruna Jayasekara of the MPP's retired Tri-Forces Collective says a deplorable campaign is on against them. He said so to the media yesterday. What is important here is who will profit most from creating these phobias, Ranil or Sajith. Critics are divided on that. Some say it is Ranil, while others think Sajith gets the advantage. Anyway, voters will decide on the 21st. Namal Singapal gets hoodwinked by a minister. Social media posts are now getting shared to the effect that Ranil has now given it up. It is claimed his rallies have been cancelled, he has no money to pay for TV adverts, and that he is now placed 4th. According to Ranil's camp, these are being spread by a close friend of Namal, a popular singer and social media influencer. He had been in Ranil's campaign until recently. A young minister took him when the Rajapaksas were with Ranil. Back then, Rohitha Rajapaksa too had worked for him. This singer stayed on even after Namal was announced as a candidate. He turned traitor after the young minister went against his promise to give him 100 million rupees. So, he is now getting his social media team to fire on all cylinders, spending hundreds of thousands of rupees in the past few days alone. Namal got him hitched to Lucky very recently, according to Ranil's associates. The singer in question was a key figure in the election campaigns of the Rajapaksas, provoking racist and religious sentiments. He was even a director at the Youth Services Council during the Rajapaksa regime. Yesterday, Ranil answered claims that he had given it up. Addressing a rally in Kandy, he told the SJB that he had forgotten to teach them how not to run away. Ranil said he could do so now. He asked Sajith as to why he did not accept the responsibility then, although he promises to give everything free now. Sajith has no answer to give. Harsha tweeted after talks with the finance secretary and the central bank governor in 2022 that they cannot accept the economic challenge, the president said. How are they with Ranil secretly? Early Monday morning, Ranil was at the Flower Road campaign office to join Prasanna, Lanza, Amarawira and Wajira. He was told by an official that Lucky was claiming Sajith is in the lead as per state intelligence reports. Sagala laughed at that. When Lanza asked why, Sagala replied that state intelligence has not done any opinion survey. Dolawata took out a Sunday Anida copy and showed an article which says state intelligence has done no opinion survey this time, telling them to just ignore it. Ranil took up canvassing and other matters. Prasanna said he is presently in Gampaha and assured him of 500,000 votes from the district. Others explained the public reactions during canvassing. Wajira said a wave of support for the NPP is true. But that is not so in the villages. People who are in fear say they are for the NPP. They love you for having revived the country in 2 years, he added. The saying that they are with Ranil secretly is very true, said Ramesh. Siripala Amarasinghe predicted a NPP win in the south. We can balance things up in other areas and win with the north, he explained. An official said some still talk about a deal with the Rajapaksas. So, Ranil gave them a lengthy lecture filled with emotion. The people voted for the Rajapaksas in the last 2 major elections. They rejected me. The Rajapaksas did everything except governing the country, and so the country fell apart. Just before the country was to breathe its last, the Rajapaksas fled. They were forced to plead with me to take over. Remember, I was always their sworn enemy. I had to take on the challenge and work with those who the people had elected. I did it with hands tied and was accused of striking deals. I accepted the challenge. I started putting things right. My work is only half done. The people know how things have changed in the 2 years during which I was in charge. Today, I go before the people. They have to decide. They have to decide whether I have made things better. They have to decide whether I should complete the task that was conferred upon me. If they feel someone else is better suited, so be it. One thing should be remembered. I will not shoulder burdens created by other people after this. If you give me the opportunity, I will continue the work I've started and overcome the monumental challenges that bad governance created for all of us. If rejected, I will of course leave. I will take with me the satisfaction of creating conditions for you to elect who you believe can do this job, not too long after a situation had been created in which people couldn't even breathe, let alone express their franchise. All listened in dead silence. Prasanna told him to tell the very same to the people, to which all assented in one voice. Dolawata suggested recording and releasing it. Ranil has reportedly agreed to that. National list open for all those who join SJB. Crossovers are due in the last few days of campaigning, with talks taking place to finalise things. One rumour was about Jeevan Thondaman crossing over to Sajith's camp. There were claims that India is influencing and guiding him in that regard. When Lucky claimed Jeevan would soon be with them, leaders of upcountry Tamil parties in the SJB-led alliance strongly objected to that. So, Lucky was forced to abandon talks with Jeevan, it is said. Jeevan even organised a massive rally in Nuwara Eliya in Ranil's support on Sunday. There was a piece of gossip in Sunday's Deshaya about an ex-actress who joined the telephone party at its candy rally. She had planned to switch sides anyway, but the daughter of a candy man hastened it. Anyway, there is talk that this lady with an eye on her political future is choosing some other venue rather than her gala electorate to make the move. It came to light that her intention is to be an appointed MP with no hopes of contesting again. But the SJB old guard is against accepting almost anyone with open arms. They fear that they will get sidelined because of them at the next general election. None want to accept trespassers in their electorates. One such incident happened in Ratnapura. At the SJB rally there last Saturday, Rajapaksa regime's Deputy Minister Susantha Punchinilame faced strong opposition when he went on stage with some of his supporters. He had to leave when Hesha Vithanagai and some other organisers objected, and a disturbance occurred among the crowds. Punchinilame had already left by the time Sajith addressed the rally. Later, Hesha and others claimed they won't accept leeches who join them with the tide. That was just one incident. What Sajith tries to do is accept anyone and claim victory. Anyway, people make the decision on the 21st. That will decide the fate of the politicians too. That's it for today.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.